Versatile Mage. Chapter 238 Getting attacked from all sides. The spirit wolf was extremely tough. Mo Fan said those 10 dark beasts were its responsibility, so it decided to personally take care of them all. In the end, its whole body was covered with wounds. You could even see its bones in many places. The spirit wolf was limping. Its lips were still drawn back, but it didn't appear frightening. It actually seemed charmingly naive, grinning in glee. "You can go back and rest," Mo Fan said as he unsummoned the spirit wolf. At the same time, he also used more of his summoning mana to feed it. His summoning elemental nebula was extremely large now, capable of providing an abundant amount of mana. Mo Fan was already able to calculate how much mana the spirit wolf would need before it could evolve. That bottle of warrior beast spirit that he had obtained from Dean Seo was still there. After considering that the spirit wolf might lose its life while evolving, Mo Fan hadn't dared to give it to the spirit wolf to use. After Huiyi had burned into ashes, Mo Fan finally turned to leave. Watching a living person being cremated like that was rather disgusting. There was no way he'd have an appetite for the next 2 days. If he were given more time, he'd still do the same thing. Comparing this disgusting scene with the departure of the two, this was nothing. Mo Fan continued to follow the shadow beast. After it had rested a bit, it began to escape energetically again. It disappeared like a wisp of smoke. Mo Fan took nearly half a day to find it again. This place seems to have a building. That stupid thing. Don't tell me it ran toward the beast-taming iron cage on its own. Mo Fan still had eyes on the area beneath the Nyx regime. Who would have imagined that the shadow beast, running like a little deer, actually walked into the trap itself? Mo Fan was very clear that the true mastermind had yet to appear. He couldn't let this hunt end like this, or else who knew how many people would lose their lives the next time the Black Vatican made their move. After walking to the front of the building, Mo Fan was about to drive the shadow beast away when he suddenly felt some movement behind him. Mo Fan turned and saw 5 familiar faces. The 2 leaders were in the middle, displaying ridiculing smiles like hunters who had finally hooked their prey. "Mo Fan, I want to see where you're going to run this time." Luo Song's smile was so wide that his fat began to ripple. Shen Mingshao's appearance was charming and reserved. However, he was also smiling devilishly. Magical energy continuously fluctuated between his hands. "You really do have the ability. Not only did you steal our shadow beast, you even started such a big event. Do you really think there is not a single person in this world who can fix you?" Shen Mingshao shouted in agitation. Mo Fan looked at the 5 people with creased eyebrows. He didn't want to start a pointless fight with them, unless there was a henchman of the Black Vatican among them. He assumed that these 5 people were regular students and disciples of rich families. People from the Black Vatican most likely wouldn't have the inclination to catch the shadow beast. "You better not provoke me," Mo Fan said in a bad tone, not in the mood for games. "Oh. Your attitude sure is big. I sure want to see what kind of ability you have." Shen Mingshao himself was relatively strong. He did not place a country boy like Mo Fan in his eyes. Just as they were about to make a move on Mo Fan, a couple of people appeared out of the black fog. Shen Mingshao and Luo Song looked behind them and saw a squad that was most likely watching the vicinity. They had probably found the entrance to the beast-taming iron cage and camped out, waiting for the students who found the shadow beast to arrive with it. "Isn't this Fu Tianming? Ha ha ha. You came just in time. We're about to teach Mo Fan a lesson." When Luo Song saw it was Fu Tianming, his face showed an even bigger smile. Fu Tianming. In an earlier time, probably not many people would know this person. However, ever since the rumor of the great demon nearly killing someone started, everyone learned about Fu Tianming. He was the senior that Mo Fan nearly killed. It is said he was called on to teach Mo Fan a little lesson when Mo Fan crossed Jia Wenqing. Who would have known he nearly got snapped in two by Mo Fan? As expected, Jia Wenqing, The little thing that looked especially refined and pale was also present. He recognized Mo Fan at a glance, and a ridiculing smile appeared on his fashionable face. This Mo Fan, he had done too many evil things. Today, he would be stopped here. No matter what, he would have his face shaved off. Shen Mingxiao, Luo Song, why don't we make a deal? Fu Tianming maintained his aloof manner as he slowly spoke. What deal? Shen Mingxiao asked. We are not that interested in the three-step pagoda. What we are interested in is precisely this shadow beast. Let's join together to deal with Mo Fan. All you need to do is give us the shadow beast and allow us to extract the bottle within its stomach before you hand it over to the school, Fu Tianming said. Shen Mingxiao and Luo Song were confused. They didn't know what Fu Tianming had in mind. However, no matter how you looked at it, they were the ones who would benefit. Not only could they punish Mo Fan, but they could also gain merit in the examination this time. On the main campus, they could most likely attract a few experts with this kind of achievement. Luo Song glanced at Fu Tianming and his people, whispering to himself, these people are rather strange. They don't want the shadow beast, yet they want the thing in its stomach. I remember Mo Fan did mention something about a spring from his hometown that the shadow beast ate. Luo Song, we can talk about our matters later. However, it's better if you leave now. These people are henchmen of the Black Vatican. Mo Fan coldly stared at Fu Tianming, Jia Wenqing, and their people. Black Vatican. Luo Song was stunned and glanced sharply at Fu Tianming and Jia Wenqing. Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So you, Mo Fan, actually know what fear is. Did you not think that day when you nearly killed me that there would be a day where all the people you've enraged would attack you? So you'd actually think up this hilarious way to make us not join hands. Fu Tianming sneered, his tone dripping with ridicule. Luo Song and Shen Mingxiao already had a grudge against Mo Fan. Furthermore, all the rumors of family struggles and campus gossip were something they knew well. None of it had anything to do with the Black Vatican, so they couldn't link this matter to it. Naturally, they were determined to show that Mo Fan was just babbling nonsense in desperation. Mo Fan also knew that Shen Mingxiao and Luo Song wouldn't believe him, so he was prepared to face them head-on. His opponents had too many people. There were 10 in total, each likely capable of casting intermediate magic. Let's not talk about the fact that a bombardment by various powerful intermediate magic spells would be extremely hard to handle. Even if it was primary magic flying over, Mo Fan still would not be able to deal with it. However, he was still gratified. Fu Tianming's words had basically exposed his identity. Last time, he didn't kick him to death. This time, he must kick his skull open. If he was not mistaken, the student that Zhu Zhaoting had trailed was precisely Fu Tianming. Being attacked from all sides was one thing. Mo Fan wasn't exactly thrown into confusion. In the past, he would definitely not have been a match for these 10 intermediate magicians. However, within the Great Nix regime formation, his shadow element's power received a substantial increase, and his other elemental magic wouldn't be suppressed either. His opponent's powers, on the other hand, would decrease considerably beneath the Nix regime. He couldn't meet them head-on, but fighting them in a circle would give him a higher chance of winning. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.